Before starting the sermon, let's all together pay homage to the Supreme Buddha and let's go for refuge to the triple jhans first. Bring your palms together and join with me with the vandana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe 5 precepts, repeat after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right. Namo Buddhaya. Good evening, everyone. So, today it's the second day of the Dhamma sermons conducted in this monastery. So I decided to talk about a special practice that we practice in Buddhism. So tonight's topic is going to be on meditation. So we all know about this word, meditation, right? So you don't need to be a Buddhist to know about meditation. That meditation is discussed all around the world. One of the most difficult questions that someone can ask from another person is that, do you meditate? Right? So I'm going to ask from you that question. Do you meditate? Sometimes. Yes. Okay, sometimes. Some, they do it daily basis. Okay? And some do it once a month. And some hardly do it. But that's okay. Okay. So, meditation is a special thing, special practice that we do in Buddhist practice. The word given for the meditation is in Buddhism is called bhavana. What is it? Bhavana. Bhavana is a special word that has a special meaning. Bhavana means developing. What's the meaning? Developing. Okay? The Buddha says bhaveti. Bhaveti means he develops. He uses his mind and he develops his mind. Okay? And another word that can be given is cultivating. Cultivating the mind. So, meditation is a practice that we do to develop or cultivate the nature, the tranquilized nature of the mind. Okay. So there are so many ways to do this. But when it comes to the Buddha's teachings, Buddha introduces us two ways of practicing this. Two parts of meditation. One is called samatha. I think you all have heard, most of you have heard of this word. What is it? Samatha. What do you mean by samatha? Does anyone has any idea about what is meant by samatha?
Calming your mind.
Yeah, it's the calming or the tranquility of mind. Okay? And vipassana, there's another word called vipassana. These are the two practices that we do. Samatha and vipassana. Vipassana gives the meaning of see through something. Okay? Another word, insight. To see into something. Samatha practice is for calming our mind. So the Buddha teaches us that without a calm and a peaceful mind, that you cannot see through, you cannot gain insight into our life. So meditation is always meant to see through and see into our life. Okay? Meditation is a practice that you do to understand who you are and what's happening inside. Throughout the day we keep our eyes open and our minds are so much focused on the outer world. But we hardly focus on what's happening inside, what we put inside. See, we give a huge attention and huge awareness, big awareness for the things that we put through our mouth. Usually when you bring something home to cook, let's say you bought some vegetables from the market and you brought it to house. What do you do first? Yes, you wash it, right? You wash it properly and then you cook it properly, right? Give a huge attention to the things that you put into your mouth, to the belly. Why? What's the reason you give so much attention to it?
Important for living. Important for living.
Yes, important for living, and you know that if you eat something bad, right? Eat something that is not good for your gut health, what will happen? Are you going to be in a trouble? Right? You had to rush into the toilet every time. No? Have you gone on the bus and felt like, oh my God, the worst place to go to have such a feeling? Have we all have been like that? No? Because we know that if we put something bad into our stomach, it creates problem. So what we do, we clean it. Right? Clean. And you go through all the nutritional facts and everything. We become more aware of the things that we put to our stomach. But we are not that much aware of the things that we put from our eyes and from our ears to our mind. We don't have filters for that. We filter water, right? We clean the food, but we don't clean and we don't filter out the things that we put into our eyes, through our eyes to our mind, and from our ears to our mind. Here's the thing. If you eat something bad, if you get a stomachache, you can get medicine. You can buy some medicine and you can get over it. You can cure that. You'll be okay. Okay. But if you put something bad into your mind, and if you get a mind ache, or if your mind become ill, sick, it's not that easy to cure it. Okay? So, that is why the Buddha teaches us that be disciplined on what you're looking at. Be disciplined on what you are hearing. Okay? Be disciplined in your senses so that you do it for your own good, and you know that the reason why you become disciplined in every way is that you know that if I put these things inside, there will be a problem. So to do that, what you have to be more inwardly focused. Focused on your mind, focused on yourself, and focused what is happening inside. So in meditation, what we do is we become more aware of our thought process. Now, you have felt boring and difficult to meditate? Raise your hand. Oh, I also. I'm joining the crowd. Why? Yeah, it was difficult for me. See, meditation is not easy. Okay? Doing meditation is not easy. And one of the things that I see in, especially in Sri Lankan crowd, that a lot of people don't do meditation. They don't meditate. To be honest, I'm not complaining, it's the truth. A lot of them. Why? Because they don't like to do it. It is not also a complaint. It's not something that's easy. I don't say that you're wrong. I don't say that's bad. It's something that happened to us through one point in our life, with an experience that we went through, and we gave up meditation. This is what it is responsible for. All the Sri Lankans in this room, can you remember? Do you know why so many people don't like to meditate, especially Sri Lankans? Can you remember when you were in the school, you were standing in the hot sun and you were closing your eyes and you were forced to meditate? In the morning assembly. We did it. So it was a torture. Right? From that day onwards, we gave up meditating. That is why. It's not something that is personal responsibility. It was our childhood experience. Or you know that all the experiences that we go through in our childhood affects our adulthood? Yes. So that is one experience. Understand? Lucky those who are born in here, the boys. Oh, lucky? Okay, good. So, understand. So if you know that, then now you can start meditating. When you understand what happened in your childhood, and that is why that affects to your adulthood, then you can start. Because you found what went wrong. You know what? Finding out what went wrong is the first step to correct a mistake. Going to the root of the problem. Okay. Yes, meditation is not easy. Why? First, you have to sit down at one place and be at one place. That is one of the hardest things to do for a human. What is it? Do you know what is the most difficult thing to do for a human? Is to not to do anything. And just to be. Right? So the first step of meditation is not to do anything and learn how to just to be. Right? I know that you all have sat down, close your eyes, and try to focus, struggle to focus, maybe on your breath, maybe some of another object of meditation. You sat down and you start to focus. And the more you focus, what happens? The more you try, the more you struggle, what happens? You worry. Why? Because the mind doesn't work according to your expectations. So that is a wrong way to approach the meditation. Okay? Understand that you can't focus your mind. You can't concentrate your mind. You can't force it to happen. But you can let it happen. All the mind-related things should be let it happen. I will give you an example. Can you come? Take this to your hand and sit down. Okay. Now I need to make this water still on your hand. Okay, try. Try. Okay. Can you? No, you can't. Now you need to add some force. Focus. Try. Focus. Hold it tight. What happens? The more you hold tight, it starts to move. If you need to make this water still, what do you have to do? Just leave it there. And just wait. See, it's moving. Now it is still. You can't force your mind to meditate, to be in the meditative state. But you can let it happen only when you let go of controlling. No one likes to be controlled, even your mind. Have you had that friend who is very manipulative and controlling? You'll have that friend. Tells you where to go, tells you what to do, what to eat, what to wear. Huh? Some people have been in relationships also like that. Now, has all the rules and everything to tell you what to do, where to go, how to be, how to talk, everything. Did you like that friend? They call it a control freak, right? And there's another friend who says, okay, let's go watch a movie today. What do you want to watch? He asks from you, what do you want to watch? Then you tell a movie. And he goes with you. In the meantime, he says, okay, shall we? Does he say, you have to come? He says, shall we go and eat something? I love this restaurant, shall we go and eat? While you're going to the movie, after going to the movie, would you go with him? Or what? Yes, why? He let you to be free. He or she let you to be free. In the same way, when you meditate, the first step, one of the first steps is to be a friend with your mind. Okay? That means don't control. Just let it think. Let it be in the way that it is. Okay? So, next time we're meditating, I need all of you to sit down. And this is the most easiest way to get into the meditative state, the mood of meditation. Just sit down and listen. Okay, listen. Listen to all the noises, sounds that is around you. Because when you sit down for the meditation, first thing that you expect from around you is what? Silence. I need everything to be silent. But no. There will be noises. Now you made an expectation to be silent, and the surrounding is not under your control. What happens? Distraction. Distraction becomes a distraction when you call it a distraction. When you name it as a distraction. So next time you're meditating, I need all of you to sit down and just listen to everything that is around you. Don't name it. Your brain will do it for you. Okay? Your brain, your mind, it will do it for you, all the naming. And don't try to do it, just let it happen. And just listen. Do you want to try it? Now? Let's try it. Just relax. If you like, you can make your body nice and straight. Only if you like. And take a moment to do nothing, but just listen. Let all the sounds pass through your ears. Even when you hear my voice, it's just a noise. Notice that every sound that you hear it, and yet it just fades away. Now it doesn't exist anymore. Right, gently open your eyes. Tell me, is it easy to listen without engaging in it? It's not that easy. Right? Understand that first step, whenever you do any kind of meditation, first, just sit down and just listen. Okay. We think that in meditation we need to do something first, right? You sit down to do something. What happens? Your mind doesn't get ready to do that. Mind always do the opposite thing that you say to do. Right? That's one good experiment to do that. Can you close your eyes for 10 minutes and not let do not let your mind to think about a yellow color elephant? Try it. Not to think about a yellow color elephant. You can't do that. Okay. Understand that first. You have to let go of the control of the mind, and until it happens. Okay, so the first step is just listen. Just let go of this war between the noises and you. So that with the time, these noises get less interested. That means you get less interested in voices. Okay, when you're meditating, maybe the kids are making noises. It is a noise. Right? Same as any other noise that you hear. See, when you think about this, the kids are making noises. Sometimes it bothers you. But the casting, the swooshing sound of the cars passing by, it didn't. Did it bother you? No. But this noise? But it has the same nature. What? It's just it's a noise, sound wave. But we labeled it. We named it as a distraction. Why? My expectation was something. Okay. So this is one thing that we learned when we were meditating. When we started meditating, our teacher said, just be. Just sit down. Just be. And I found that was the hardest thing to do in meditation. Doing the meditation is easy. Right? But starting it, this step was the most difficult thing to do. Because we are not human beings. We are human doings. We try to do things. But we don't like to make things, let things happen. Okay? Only when you do this, you can enjoy meditation. Go and sit down with the expectations. Your mind will always disappoint you. Of not being up to your expectations. Okay? So the first step is just take a good time to just be. Let's say you meditated for 20 minutes, right? And the only thing that you could do was just to be and just to listen. That's okay. That's okay. Because I couldn't do even just to be when we started meditating. I was waiting until other monks stand. When we started, when we were junior monks, we have meditation training to meditate for 3 hours straight in the morning. In the early morning, like around 4:30, we start 1 hour meditation. And the only thing that I could do was just I was waiting until our head monks, because we are not allowed to stand up if the head monks did not stand. So I was waiting until they stand. But I was sitting down. And after the breakfast, you get to 2 hours of meditation. continuous meditation. The only thing sometimes, not only me or most of the junior monks, we just wait. It went for weeks. It was painful. Right? I felt this when we were meditating. Like in the beginning, in the training. When you go to bed, every day your bum hurts. Your back hurts. Why? Because of sitting down. Right? It was painful, but it helped. It was part of a lesson. Why? To have less to understand that your mind is not always up to your expectations. Because we sit down for meditations thinking that, I will meditate for 1 hour straight and have all these jhanas and everything in my mind, take it to a next level where you can't. You can't do it. What do you have to do? You have to let it happen. Let it fall into it. So the tranquility, you can't make it happen. You have to let it happen. Okay. So, now you spend a good time. This is the first step of meditation, just to listen, just to be and just to listen. And then you will get comfortable with the environment. Okay. And when you hear noises, understand it's just a noise. Say to yourself that it is a noise. And every noise that you hear has this intrinsic nature of arising and passing away. What happened to all the words that I spoke earlier now? Do they exist? No, it doesn't. But did it leave impressions in your mind? And you made a thought process in your mind. This is what happens. With all the external sensations that we experience, it leaves. We make impressions inside us and we continue that. This is what happens when someone blames you. Imagine you got blamed by your boss early in the morning. Even when you go home, when you get back to home, still your boss blames you. Even when you go to bed, still your boss blames you. Where? You created it. We created it. But in reality, what happened? You heard it. Do they exist? No. Does it exist? No. So that means we are hating something that really does not exist right now. We are being angry with something. Right? Actually, we are being angry not with the boss, but with all this thought process that we create. Isn't it? That's the thing. We think that anger is coming from outside. Right? The anger is outside and it goes inside us. So that it makes us angry inside. No. We generated anger inside. But who do we hate and become angry? To the outside world. That anger does not exist outside. It's something like a guy in a park blaming to a tree. Okay, you go to a park and you see someone is blaming to a tree. Kicking it, punching it. What do you think? What happened to that guy? He's crazy, isn't it? So that means that we become angry with something that anger doesn't exist. Who do we call a person who kicks and be angry with a tree? It's crazy, right? The same way the Buddha says, when you are angry, you are temporarily mad. Okay? You're temporarily mad. In the same way. So, when someone blames you, understand, or when you get embarrassed in front of you, when you hear these hurtful words, if you can think, I heard it, it's just a noise, same as any other noise. Now it doesn't exist. When you truly understand this, it's the correct way to let go. Okay. People have anyone tell you to let go of anger? Let go, you let it go. Right? Do you know how difficult it is? The true letting go happens when you understand that what I experience doesn't exist anymore. Truly, in the deeper sense. Okay? But to do that, I always say, but to do that, you have to be aware and you have to look into yourself. What is happening inside? That is why we meditate. So one of the most beautiful meditations that Buddha taught us is called Anapana meditation. You all heard about this, called breathing meditation, mindfulness in breathing. One of the most beautiful and one of the most important meditations in Buddha's teachings. So powerful meditation, so powerful that the Buddha, in the night of his enlightenment, he focused, he contemplated his mind on breathing. This is the meditation that Buddha did in the night of his enlightenment. That is why when the Buddha teaches about mindfulness, the first meditation, this is the meditation that Buddha teaches in the first place. To be mindful, to breathe mindfully, to breathe in and to breathe out mindfully. This is the meditation that you always carry with you. Wherever you go, you bring your meditation with you. You don't want to go and find meditations. Always the meditation is within you. Only you have to look into it. Okay? So, I will tell you the first step when Buddha speaks about the mindfulness, what Buddha meant by mindfulness of breathing. So this is from the sutra called Mahasatipatthana Sutta. The sutra about the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Okay. So that we have in Buddhism, we learn about 4 foundations of mindfulness. The first mindfulness is the mindfulness on the body. Okay. And the second mindfulness is mindfulness of the feelings. Third one is mindfulness of the mind, the thought process. And the fourth one is the mindfulness on the mental factors. So it has a deeper meaning. But the first step, the first thing that Buddha teaches us is to be mindful on the body. And even when the Buddha speaks about mindfulness of the body, the first meditation, the first practice that Buddha speaks is to be mindful on breathing. Breathing is See, breathing is so important and so beautiful. Why? Sometimes it is a voluntary action. Okay. Now, if I ask you to focus your mind on breathing, what you do is you purposely breathe. Okay. And then when you stop thinking about it, and we are doing anything, any other thing, still the breathing happens. Okay. And breathing is the thing that changes with all of our emotions. How do you breathe when you're afraid of something, like when you're in fear, when you're frightened? How do you breathe? You breathe faster, right? That's the way, right? How do you breathe when you're surprised? Does it happen? Yes. How do you breathe when you're relaxed? Does it happen? At the end of everything, what will be there? A deep breath. Right? You start the day with a deep breath. How do you start? With a big yawn. That's a deep breath. Right? What happens? It's a big deep breath. And you end the day with a deep breath when you fall down to sleep. Finally, after everything. Isn't it? Yes. Breathing is something that happens, changes with the things that we do. When you lift something up, when you try to lift something heavy, what do? Take a deep breath, and see, the breath changes. Okay? So the breath is so important. So the Buddha teaches us that breath is another body that lives within us. The body of breath. Okay? That is why in Satipatthana the Buddha says, Sabbakaya Parisamveti. To experience this whole body of breath. Okay? But in reality, the breath doesn't exist. Crazy. What is it? The breath doesn't exist. There is no object called breath. Only a feeling in your nose and in your belly. Breathe in. What you call as breath is a feeling that happens here. Okay. And we label it as in-breath. And when you breathe out, we label it as out-breath. So then it has a connection of mind. Right? Without the mind, you can't experience breath. So it's called a concept. Okay? So, the first step of breathing meditation is really beautiful. The Buddha says, this is something the Buddha says, Ida bhikkhave, this is for the monks, the Buddha says, Ida bhikkhave bhikkhu, aranya gatova, rukha mula gatova, sunyagara gatova, nisidati phallakang abhujitva, ujum kayam panidaya parimukam sating upatapeta. I will explain it to you. So the Buddha says, a monk Aranyagato, he goes to a monastery. Okay? Sunyaga, Rukhamulagato, he goes under a tree. Back in those days, monks, they meditated under trees. Have you ever stayed under a tree? Like sat down under a tree? It's a different experience. Okay, a tree is a wonderful thing that you can meditate under. Why do I say that? A tree is something that is well grounded. Okay, there is a special energy with these trees. Okay, there are places that has special ambience and special energy around it, that it is really, you can feel it. Okay, try, you have to. One place that you have to meditate is under a tree, one of the best places. And if you get the chance, try this. If you go near a river or a waterfall, try meditation. It feels different. Okay. And there's another place. That's the place that usually for Buddhist people, if you believe that if you go to a stupa, if you go to a Bodhi tree, if you can meditate under, that's a special place that you feel different. So, but you don't have to definitely go under a tree to meditate. You can do wherever you like. And then the Buddha says, Sunnyagargatova. That means a place that is quiet. And now you may think, now I need to find a quiet place and to make my room soundproof. You don't have to. What Buddha means by a quiet place, it's not a place that always quiet outside. Right? If you need to find a truly quiet place, then you have to find an anechoic chamber. Have you been to an anechoic chamber? Anechoic chamber is a place where, like, the quietest place on earth is an anechoic chamber, which if a human stays, they say that if a human stays inside for maybe a few hours, he goes insane. And he loses his mind because of less noise. So it's not like that. This is to make your mind and make your meditative mood a quiet one. That you can do even around noises. Okay? How to meditate even there are noises is to get less interested in it, or the noises. To that, what we do is first we listen. Okay? We listen. We don't fight with noises. When you get okay with doing meditation with the noises around, you can meditate anywhere. Okay? If it is a quiet place, you become really grateful and really happy about it. If it is not, it's okay. Okay, you know what to do then. Okay, so the Buddha speaks about a place where there is quiet. Okay? Maybe you can't make your house a quiet place all the time. But find a place where you feel comfortable of meditating, of just being. Okay? Sometimes you may have challenges. What are the challenges? You are an innocent child. Don't be angry with them. Okay? I have seen, this was when I was preaching, when I started preaching. One day I went to this speech, There was a kid in front of, with his mom. And this kid was someone who did not let her mom listen to anything. And the attention of whole room was not on my speech, but on that guy. Right? I saw the faces. Right? I saw the faces like looking at that boy and being angry. But this mom was not the mom who became angry with her child. Do you know what she was doing? She was holding a baby and patting on his head with kindness. I saw the love and kindness on her face. It's amazing. I was thinking, because I got annoyed with the sound. But I can't preach, I can't contemplate. But she was so kind. If we can be kind to every noise, every disturbance that come to our mind, I think we can meditate anywhere. Okay. So that is why listening is important. And also, when you listen, you make your mind a quiet place. Okay. And then the Buddha says, so sattva asasati, sattva pasasati. Having gone to this quiet place, he breathes in with awareness. He breathes out with awareness. Now, this is what you should say, that when people do breathing meditation, what they think, sometimes some people think that I am breathing in and I am breathing out. That's not the correct way to do. Okay? Remove that I am part. Don't include a personality to it. Okay? And then just look at breathing in and breathing out. Watch it happen. This is the correct way to say it. What is it? Watch it happen. Now when I say watch it happen, first you can't watch it happen. What you do is, you purposely breathe in and you purposely breathe out. But that's okay. Okay? That's okay. Let it happen. When you let it happen, with the time you can remove that controlling part. Okay? You will experience this when you try this. You can remove that controlling part, and your mind will get ready to watch how your breathing happens. And when you breathe in that way, you will feel that how softer your breath is. Okay? So these are the things that you have to try this at home. Okay? When you see dangerous things, they say, don't try this at home. Now, when you meditate, you try this at home. Okay? So the Buddha says, just don't do, you don't have to do any other things, but you have to just breathe. And just watch it. And just feel it. Feel it, not as an object, as just a feeling. See it come, see it go. That's the nature of every breath. What is it? It is arising and it is passing away. Does it happen with every breath? Yes. Breathing in, breathing out. Even right now. Just be with it. That is the first step. Okay. But you will have lots of distractions when you do this. So what to do when your mind gets distracted? What to do? Say you can't catch your mind before your mind gets distracted. You only catch your mind after being distracted. Maybe it's after hours. It's okay. It's okay. If your mind become distracted, what do you have to do? Don't hate. Don't be angry. Simply bring it back and just feel the breath again. Okay. Simply bring it back and just feel the breath. Your mind will stay in that for a few seconds. I'm not even using minutes. Sometimes seconds. It's okay. Again your mind will be distracted. Bring it back. When you catch yourself, be distracted. This is what you have to do. But with the time, you will get comfortable with this. But it takes time. I don't know how much time that does it take. It depends on you. Okay? But only thing that you have to do is what? Keep doing it. And keep enjoying that silence. Keep enjoying with being with you. People are always afraid to be with themselves. Okay. We hardly be with ourselves, do we? We like to be with others. The external things. Okay. That is why usually when you get bored, what do you do? Let's say you're traveling by the bus. You don't have to do anything, you just sit down. No, you can't do anything, just wait until you get down from the bus stop, right? Usually what people do. Have you seen all the buses? All the people are like this. Huh? Yes. I was in Australia in June, and I had to go in the train. And there was one cabin. None of the people who were in the cabin was just being aware of what is happening outside, just on their phone, eyes glued. Why? It's not about that they're addicted. It's about they're afraid of being boring. We're afraid of this boredom. That's why we try to that's why I always say that the only place that you be with yourself is when you're in the toilet. Right? But even to there, people bring their mobile phone. Do you? Yes. Why? Because we are afraid of them. Because I love observing people. Not in a weird way, but in like, I just observe what are the emotions that they're going through. I'm not judging, but just try to understand. I was in this dental clinic. I went to this dental hospital. I was waiting for my teeth to pull out. And there was this family, the mother, father, son and the daughter. A cute family. They were on the next couch and it was in front of me. I was sitting down and just gave a polite smile. You know how they The Sri Lankan people are very good at nodding their head, right? If you go to Sri Lanka, one of the things that everyone nods their head, like that. You will always see this. Okay, so they give a just polite nod and smile, and this I sat down and just was waiting. And for some reason, the mother, father, and the son had to go outside because the daughter, she was the one who wanted to maybe go to the dental clinic. So she had to stay. She didn't have any choice. She had to stay in the queue. And all of them, now all of a sudden she is alone now. Okay. This is, I was looking at her, what she was doing next, what she's going to do next. As I was expected, pull out her phone, started scrolling. And I didn't think anything bad. Like, I was thinking, this is what always happens with us. We are afraid of silence and boredom. Okay, when you do meditate, one of the things that you get used to is to be with yourself. When you understand, when you realize being with yourself is more peaceful than being with outside world, you will enjoy meditation. But you will never enjoy, no one will enjoy sitting, standing under the hot sun. You know how we meditated in Sri Lanka in schools? This is how. You sit down and stand, and you look from one eye, whether the other guy is meditating, what's happening, or the principal is looking at, oh no. All the Sri Lankans laugh is because they did it. Okay. So this is very good. We gave up meditating because it was painful. But meditation is something that is really beautiful. When I speak about meditation, in Sri Lanka I do a Dhamma school for children. When I say, okay, let's get ready to meditate, they say, boring. Then I always say, but understand, boring is peace. Boring is always peace. Right? How do you define a boring place or a peaceful place? With no sounds, not much distractions, just being to a place where you can be with yourself. But that's always a boring place. That is why people don't like boring places. That is why they come near towns to get settled. Why? We love distracting. We love distractions. Okay? So understand, meditation is always boring. But you have to get used to it. Because one day, you will have to experience this boredom. There was one day, two ladies, they came to me, and one had a cancer. She was going through a severe stage, and she was in pain. And she said to me that I have so much time in my day, and I'm bored. Okay. Then I said, do you know what? People are begging. Okay, people are dying to have this boredom. Some people. But you have it. Right? So that use this boredom to create peace. Boring become boring when you love distractions. Right? But boring become peace when you love it. So in meditation, it will be boring. Yeah, trust me, It is boring. When we were monks, we had this practice, like in the junior monkhood, we get to do a lot of chores, the monastic chores, cleaning, especially cleaning. And on every Wednesday, we get this day of deep cleaning. Right? That means, usually how do you clean a tabletop, like a table? You just spray on something and just wipe it out. Right? Have you tried deep cleaning? It is something that is boring to do. You have to get to every corner, every speck of dust. Should we get maybe sometimes Buddha statues, a lot of big Buddha statues. So you have to little by little, you have to clean and you have to deep clean. This was something that I did not enjoy because it was boring. No music. You can't put on your headphones and clean now. You just sit down and clean. In the beginning, it was really boring. I was like waiting until 10:30 to go for the lunch. But with the time, your mind and your you get used to this. And then you realize that everything that you do in this practice is a part of meditation. You learn how to be with your thoughts. Okay? So in meditation, what we learn is how to be with our thoughts. Okay? So this is the little tip and practice that I like to share with you today. That is, when you sit down for the meditation, what you have to do? Just listen and just breathe. Okay? And one another advice. Sit down, thinking that you have time. You have time forever. Let's say you meditate for 1 hour. Okay. There's one lady that told me, like, when I sit down for the meditation, always I come up with all the things that I have to do. I have to do that now. What should I do? Should I do that now? No. There's a nice story of this, where Ajahn Brahm used to say. He says, a monkey went to a monastery thinking that he can sneak some fruits. Because people who offer a lot of fruits here, so to sneak some fruit. And the monkey heard someone is giving a speech. A monk is giving a speech. And this monkey started listening to it. I need to listen to the speech. And this monk was speaking about the mind, the human mind. And the monk said, you know what? Our mind is like a monkey. The monkey got excited. They are talking about me. Right? They said, like, you know how the monk said, you know how monkeys are? They're distracted. They're running around, jumping from one tree to another. And this monkey was like so upset. See, this monk is things that we are distracted. He got upset. So he was angry. So what he did, he went to the forest, so upset, and met his monkey friends. Okay, I said, you know what? I went to the monastery today. The monk in that monastery, he said that monkeys are distracted. Don't be like monkeys. This is discrimination. You know, species discrimination. Okay. Then he said, if you meditate, you can get out of this monkey mind and calm this monkey. And then this guy said, what if we meditate? Let's meditate. So all the monkeys, they jumped up and down and then said like, oh, let's meditate, it's a cool idea. So how to do? So he said that cross your legs, make your body nice and straight, close your eyes and breathe. So all the monkeys sat down in a circle, crossed their legs, made their body straight, closed their eyes and they started breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. After few seconds, a monkey opened his eyes and said, guys, can you remember we agreed to go to this banana plantation to bring some banana? What if we go there and bring some banana and after that we can meditate peacefully? Because it's bothering my mind. Then all the monkeys stood up and said, that's a good idea, let's go and let's bring some bananas. So they went to the banana plant and they brought some bananas and made a huge pile. And they sat down around the banana pile and started meditating. After some time, another monkey opened his eyes and said, guys, what if we peel these bananas so that we can eat easily? Let's do this because it's bothering my mind. Okay. So they peeled the bananas and made another pile. Then another monkey, after some time, says, hey, what if we stick all the bananas in our mouth? We don't want to eat it, but just stick inside and meditate. Then all the monkeys stuck all the bananas in their mouth and they started meditating. You know what happened? You know what happened, right? So the story says, this is what happens to you when you start to meditate. You come up with all the things that you have to do. For that, one of the best things that you can do is, when you sit down for the meditation, if you're meditating for 20 minutes, just keep an alarm for 20 minutes. In that time, think, I have time. This is my time for meditation. So in that time, you can meditate peacefully. But still your mind will say, do that, do this, do that. Understand? That is your monkey mind. Okay? So, it's amazing. And meditation is boring, I know, but it is peaceful. So you have to learn how to enjoy the boredom. Okay? Right. If you have any questions, now you can ask. After that, we can practice a little bit of meditation. Do you have any questions about meditation? Or anything?
How about physical aid?
Good. Good question. Have you ever gone through the numbness of your legs when you're sitting down? Pins and needles, this is one thing that you have to do. Usually, what's your reaction when you feel numbness in your legs or pins and needles? You change your posture. Do you? Don't do that. Easy for you to say. No, trust me, this is what I learned. When you sit down for the meditation, if your legs go numb, sometimes you may don't feel like, are my legs exist anymore? Do my legs exist anymore? No. It is there. Okay. Sometimes you feel like that your leg is a huge one, like swollen. That's the nature. Trust me. That is your meditation. When you feel numbness, make it the meditation. and just feel it. Only this, trust me, the numbness, the pins and needles stays only for a few minutes. But we are so panicked because we don't want this pain. We don't want this. We need to go away, this to go away. Why? Because we expect another thing, something. Just stay in that posture for a little time and you will feel that your numbness will go away. If you change your posture, what happens? You will feel numbness again in that posture. Then you change it again, you will feel it again. So this continues. Okay. The reason why you feel pain and everything is that it is your body is not ready for that still. So that you have to stay in it until it gets ready. That's about numbness. Now some may have back pain, pains in knees. Okay. For someone who doesn't have big health condition of back pain or anything, who doesn't have, try some flexibility exercises, stretches before meditation. Right? Don't just fall down and sit down for the meditation. You should stretch and make the body come to the mood of meditation so that it will get easy. Okay. And even it is difficult, take a chair and sit down and meditate. It's okay. Right? And there's another way of meditating, that is, someone asked me, like, can you meditate while lying down? You can. But there are a lot of challenges. One day I was in this monastery and a lot of few guys they're from Germany, they came and they asked me before we start meditation, can we lie down and meditate? I said, of course you can meditate in all four postures, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's wonderful, they said. And then I started meditation. They were sitting in a circle. And I was meditating, I was giving the meditation, guided meditation. And at the end of the meditation, I opened my eyes and all of them were lying down. Right? So, sometimes you may have challenges in lying down posture, but that's a good thing. If you have a health condition, you can do that. But best to make your body nice and straight. Okay. Yes. Any other? So questions about meditation? If you don't have questions, so there are two conclusions. One is that you're perfect. Okay. Oh, the other one is you don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Just joking. You will always have questions, I know. Okay. When you do it, when you practically do it, you will come with a lot of challenges, a lot of problems. So that you have to find some solutions for them and practice it. Any other? No? Okay. So, let's try the meditation for the next 15 minutes. If you can, whenever you start, when you meditate at home, there's another one. One of the things that people say is that, I am busy. Everyone is busy. Okay? There is no separate time that life gives you. Now you have completed all the responsibilities, now you meditate. Life doesn't tell you like that, okay? The meditation time doesn't come. You have to make it. Why you are here today? You had a lot of things to do at home, but you gave up everything. You came here. You didn't come here just, I don't have anything to do, just go and listen. No. You came here with a decision, a choice. You made time. Right? Even for the meditation, you have to make it. Make time. Okay. So, there are a lot of places, times that you do nothing but just waiting. Like you are in the bus. You can do it. Meditation. Okay? Waiting for someone. You just meditate. Use that good time. So that everyone is, I'm busy, you're busy. Who's not busy? Everyone is busy. But we are not busy than Elon Musk. Right? They say that he's the busiest guy on the earth. But we all have 24 hours. We all use the same way. But you have to make it happen. Make the time. It's all about priorities. How much you value to be with yourself. How much you value that you give to be with yourself. Okay? Right. So, sit in a relaxed posture if you like. Make your body relax. So let's take this time to just first be, and if you feel comfortable, just watch your breath as it happens. Now, gently open your eyes and bring your palms together and say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And how do you deal with sleepiness? Falling asleep. The best thing to do is to stand up and do a mindful walking. Right? Be mindful of each and every step and just do a mindful walking, and until you feel okay with the sleepiness, till the sleepiness go away. Don't stay in the same seat when you feel sleepy. Oh, you will fall asleep again. I've had a lot of sleep meditations. Okay, I'll tell you my experience about sleeping. These are the mistakes that you make and learn beautiful things. Right? Meditation is always about making mistakes, and it's a journey of making mistakes and learning from them. So in the meditation, in the morning meditation, I was meditating, and I was doing okay. And all of a sudden, I started feeling a cool sensation from my face, this part of my face. And I thought, wow, things are getting better. So in meditation we call them, the higher concentration levels are called jhanas. I thought this is some level of jhana. In the meditation, now I'm thinking. But the cold feeling, this wonderful feeling, stays on my face. And I think, no, I need to open my eyes. And I open my eyes, and I see the tile of the meditation hall, the floor of the meditation hall. I've fallen down, face on the floor, and I was meditating, and all the monks had left. I was the only one who was in the meditation hall. Sometimes this happens. So these are funny things that happens, but you learn from them. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful memory. Another time, after the vandana, or the morning prayers, this was not happening with another monk. So I had to leave earlier, stand up and leave earlier to make the alms hall for monks. And I saw this monk was worshipping. And there was worshipping posture, the knees on the ground. Head is on the ground, and he was worshipping. And I went to the alms hall, and it took me maybe 1 hour, half an hour to make everything okay. And then I came back. And I was coming back, this monk was in the same way, right, worshipping. I thought, something wrong. He had fallen asleep on the same posture. But you know what happens? That monk, I told him, then after that I wake him up and I told him. And from that day, he was very mindful of his sleep. Whenever he feels sleepy, he stands up and starts walking. That's a good lesson. See, these are the mistakes that you will make. You'll also make all these mistakes. But understand, when it comes to meditation, we all are babies. When it comes to life, we all are babies. We do silly things, babyish things, right? Even though the flesh, the body grows, still there is a child inside all of you, right? So you have to be kind. How do you look at your babies? Did you expect your baby to walk on the first day that he or she was born? And complain that why this baby is not walking? No. You just wait. You waited until they walk. You nurtured them, loved them, gave you love, kindness, all the food and everything, and made it happen. In the same way, you have to look at yourself. You will make mistakes, but that's a part of the lesson. Okay? That's a part of the lesson. Don't expect to fly on the first day of meditation. You won't. You will always, only when you meditate. See, only, even when you try to listen, did you experience how much difficult it is? Yes. How much you get annoyed with the noises around you. That is one part that we have to avoid. Okay? So practice meditation. And enjoy being with yourself. And enjoy the boredom, so that you will find peace. So I wish you all, may all of you be able to realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say with me. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamami bhante bhuri panya tathagata kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamami dhamma sandhitika akalika Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara sadhu sadhu sadhu. I'm blessing you. Abhivadana silisa nichangata pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvarno Sukham Balam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ado Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijjatu.